My guest here at the Speak Up Conference is Tracy DeGraaf, and she is the hilarious author of Laugh Anyway, Mom. I love that title.
Thank you.
And she has a DVD series that's called Life Happens, Laugh Anyway, and that really is one of her signature presentations. I want to thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Well, this gal has quite the resume. She's an author, a speaker, a comedian, an evangelist, a Bible teacher. It sounds like the list could go on and on. And then I found out that you are the mother of 5 sons. Is
Yes.
that the source of your comedy?
Yes, most definitely. It's better be. With 5 sons, you've got a lot of comedy, that's for sure.
That is for sure. Well, your resume is long, but one of the things I read about you is that your dream as a child was to become a writer, but it actually took you 30 years
It
to
did.
become an author.
It did.
Tell us about that journey.
Well, I was 12 years old when I realized I wanted to be a writer in junior high. And so I did everything that one would do to become a writer. I wrote in junior high, high school, college. I got a degree in journalism. And then I got married, and I had in 10 years, I had 5 kids.
Oh,
So my writing career was put to the back burner for 20 more years.
but think of all of those great illustrations. I love it. Nothing is wasted
No.
when you're a writer and a speaker.
Right, for sure.
I heard that you started stand-up comedy in 2009, and did that just come out of nowhere for you, or was it a determined career path?
Was not at all a determined career path. I didn't want to do anything with stand-up comedy. I wanted to write. So I wrote the book first, and then I hired a publishing coach to walk me through the process because I didn't know how to get the book out of here and into here.
Yes.
And the coach read the manuscript, and he said, you need to do stand-up comedy because this is funny, and if you can combine the two, then you can move on. So I took a class at the Second City and started doing open mics, and it was horrifying, but I did it.
Well, tell us about Second City. Was this in Chicago?
Yes, I live in the
was
Chicago
that a
area.
frightening experience, or was it a
Horrifying.
lot of fun?
Both, but at first I was scared to death. I was a middle-aged woman who was a churchy lady going to Second City to do stand-up.
Clean comedy.
Clean comedy,
Yes.
and Second City isn't so clean. And most of the people in my class were young men that I could have given birth to, you know.
Which is funny in itself. I
was.
love that.
But it was a good experience because I have no fear because I got it all out of my system those first 2 years.
Now, Tracy, when people come to one of your comedy concerts, and I assume that they last about 90 minutes, that's a lot of jokes to tell and a lot of funny lines. What do they leave with?
They leave. A lot of women have come up to me, mostly women's events is what I do. There are groups where men and women will be there as well, but they come to me sometimes and say, I haven't laughed so hard in years. I can't believe that, you know, we laughed so hard we were crying, things like that. So mainly they leave with encouragement, and for sure at the end of the concert, I share with them more meat, more spiritual meat, just to encourage them to take one more step with Jesus, and we get the gospel message in a clear way presented. So some of them leave with Jesus.
Well, I am excited about that. Now, I know you do some corporate work.
Yes.
And you work for businesses, probably educational institutions and groups, but your real passion and your heart is to do more ministry. Would that include women's retreats, conferences, church groups, banquets and events?
Yes.
Tell us what the type of audience you most enjoy.
Mostly I enjoy being with women, coming out of what I call my home the testosterone, because there's so much testosterone there with my 5 boys and my husband that it's great for me as a woman selfishly to connect with women. But I know that many of them are also going through challenges. So for laughter to me is just such a gift from God. When we can laugh, it's impossible for us to think about our problems while we're laughing. It's a physiological impossibility.
And endorphins are released that aid in the healing process and give us a sense of well-being, and you do that for us. One of the things that I would love to know about is how I can get your book and your DVD, and I bet anybody watching this video wants to know, what's the source? I need that in my life.
Yeah, well, definitely on my website. They can contact me at tracydegraaf.com. And the book is available at Amazon.com as well. And I sell both at the back of the room at my events.
All right. And in 5 years, where would you like to be?
In 5 years, well, hopefully my teenagers will be moved on, you know, because I still have 3 teenagers in the house. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, I hope they're not in the basement. But
That sounds like wishful thinking.
I know. I know. But Lord willing, in 5 years with ministry, I'd really like to just be able to look back and see growth in myself and also in the people that I can touch.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that you will look TracyDeGraaf.com up on your internet and look for her book, Laugh Anyway, Mom. That's something every mother needs. And then bring some girlfriends together and watch this DVD, Life Happens, Laugh Anyway. Tracy, thanks for being with us today.
God bless.